Welcome to My Hero Academia Season 4, Episode number 10, Reaction, Redirect, and Review video. So, I'm actually recording this pretty much a day after I've watched the episode, as well as the next episode, so the episode is not super fresh in my mind because I didn't get to record it right after I watched it, but I think I can still sort of remember what happened. Most importantly, Toga and Twice are back in action, working as Yakuza now under overhaul. Sort of unwillingly, pretty much very unwillingly. Um, and they didn't do that for long, okay? Um, they showed up in this episode, while Overhaul and Chrono were talking and trying to get Eddie out of the base. Chrono was like, I think this is the end of the Shia Haizate. And Overwall was like, we're good. We don't no, don't worry. And then Twice and Toda showed up ready to fuck some shit up. We also got to see the aftermath of Fat Gum and Kirishima fighting Rappa and Tengai. I forgot. I think it was Tengai. The other dude. And then it's been it's been a bit. So um, I don't, I'm not like completely there in my mindset in the episode, but it was something like that. We got to see the aftermaths. Um, and Rappa is a really weird character in the sense that he didn't just like Toga and Twice. He really doesn't necessarily care much about Overhaul. He just works there because the only reason he works there is because Overhaul was the first and only person who defeated him. He killed him multiple times, but he just kept putting him back together. So it's kind of hard to beat Overhaul in that sense. Um, so Rappa actually he knocked out his buddy there, because he was getting annoyed that he was like still, oh yeah, Overhaul Sama. But Rappa didn't have any of that. He knocked him out, and he let Hiroshima and Fat Gum go, and he let Fat Gum like help Hiroshima get back on track because he wanted to fight again and then actually kill him. Which I mean, sure, dude. I'd rather you not, but whatever floats your boat. We had a very interesting talk scene with Fakam actually talking to Rappa. He revealed some of the secrets on why exactly Overhaul is doing all of this. Um, which is also very interesting to see. Rappa is just a very interesting character in that way. Um, in other news, we had I'm sorry for fidgeting with my camera so much, but it always looks that I'm slightly off center. Um, we have Mimic still going crazy in the fucking walls. I still think it's an odd ass ability, but sure. Um, but with the help of a Rotlock, who I think is, by the way, I was a little iffy on Rotlock when he was first introduced, but now I think he's great. I liked him, before in these episodes, but I think the scene that really solidified him as like an absolutely great character was a scene in episode 12, which I'll get to in the review for episode 12. But I just think he's really cool. I like his character design is cool. His quirk is really cool as well. And he has actually a really good mentality in like this entire situation. And I was always, saying like, oh, why, leave the kids alone, but he actually has a reason. And but I'll get to that in the episode 12 review. I just watched episode 12 like an hour or something ago, so that is still more fresh in my mind than episode 10 is. Um, Without confrontation, Twice created a clone of Rappa, like his little weird Mud Twice clone. But tonight I took that shit out in like one hit. That was cool. Um, and his mask was actually cut in half a little bit, so he was about to split again, but then thankfully Toger came through with that little weird cap thing bandage to seal his mask back up. Twice is also, I think Twice is a great character just in the way that he is what he is. Um, uh, the main guys were still all chasing after Mirio, who of course went after Overhaul. Um, and then we got a fun little scene where Toga and Twice were kind of playing with Mimic a bit, saying some some odd things and things that he didn't really like. And then he just went full on berserk and created like a weird sinkhole, and made like weird earth pillars everywhere through the entire hideout. Um, that was an odd scene. And we also, I think this was still this episode, we got a start of a flashback where Shigaraki kind of said like, okay, we're gonna have to work with the Shia Heizaitai to the leader of villains. Unfortunately, I don't want to either, but we kind of have to in our current situation. Um, so he said, Twice Toda, you're Yakuza now. And then I'm Toda pulled out a knife. on Shigaraki, which was also kind of scary. And he took his hand off his face, which we don't get to see his full face very often. But obviously when he did it, like all of the lead members, especially Twice and Toga, kind of like step back, like holy shit, okay, he took his face mask off. He's obviously his hand mask. He's obviously very serious. Um, and I think Shigaraki has actually developed as a character quite a bit, which is weird for a villain like him who used to just be, oh yeah, I fucking hate All Might, kill All Might, which he's still kind of that now, but All Might's kind of already like half dead, pretty much. Uh, but Shigaraki, I think he's actually a very interesting character. I thought he could become even better of a character. Um, but right now he's cool. He's cool. I always kind of liked Shigaraki when he was first introduced. I was like, okay, cool design, cool work, but like kind of a weird personality. Literally just okay, just kill All Might. But over the course of the series, he's gotten better. So in conclusion, this episode was actually really I completely skipped over the scene where fucking Toga fucking almost killed Rocklock. How did I forget that? Um, that happened. Toga almost killed Rocklock. Thankfully he's good, even though that stab wound was bad. He also briefly disguised himself as she briefly disguised herself as Rocklock and then almost stabbed Izuku as well. But he managed to kind of get away from that situation because Aizawa was also there. Um, but I don't think Toga got any of Aizawa's blood because I think the blood that she cut him with was the knife that she cut him with, the blood she cut, the knife she cut him with was on the ground. But she may have still gotten some of Aizawa's blood. I'm not sure. Um, we still have to remember that she still has. I don't know if she still has some of Cammy's blood, but even so, it wouldn't help her in this situation. I don't think she has any of Sue's blood, but she did cut her at one point, so maybe she still has that blood. But she definitely has Detu's blood, which could be a bad thing. Um, so pretty much any time we see Deku in an out of context situation, that could be Toga. So we need to keep that in mind. Even though it was only like a little drip, so she wouldn't be able to transform very long at all. Maybe only like for a few seconds, if even. Um, but still, like that's. Oh, and well, she got quite a bit of Uraraka split, but I feel like she wouldn't have that anymore either. Um, so I think that's it for this episode. I don't know how I completely forgot about the fact that there was that moment where Rocklock briefly fought before getting stabbed. Um, so and then yeah, overall this episode was actually pretty cool. It was nice to see Twice and Toad again. Um, they're both really good villains. I don't know if they're ambitions wise. I think Twice is actually like in his ambitions wise. Well, we don't have much of his ambitions, but then just like in his character, I think is really cool and really well thought out. Thought out. So I think that's pretty cool. Toad doesn't have that much of like a motivation to be a villain. She just wants to, do whatever. She just wants to kill people and stab people and be like Stain. Um, she just doesn't want society to judge her for like lighting blood and shit. And she just wants to cut up people. Which I mean, that's just like that's just what he does. But Toga is a fun character in the sense of what character she actually is, in the way her mannerisms are. And shit. Okay, that's what I'm gonna leave off this review. Thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy it, um, then make sure to hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel. That I would really appreciate it. Um, I didn't even say at the beginning of the video, but the full reaction you can actually find in the description down below. It is on BitChute. Um, so yeah, if you haven't seen the reaction yet, then go check it out. Hopefully you enjoy. And that's gonna be it from me from this video. I hope I can drop episode 11 and 12 as well right now. We will see. Fingers crossed. But yeah, that's where I'm going to leave off this review right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Next night is signing out. Goodbye, everyone.